Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and this is the vlog of a Knitwit. I finished the blanket. I finished the blanket Friday night late. Again, I was up till probably 1 o'clock, 1:30 I think in the morning getting that finished. I'm so glad it's done. I'm gonna be honest, I had forgotten that I do blankets for weddings. And so that one's done. I had so much fun with it. It is, again, literally one of my very favorite patterns. And once you get the hang of it, they work up so quick. But yeah, 3 more to go before October. That'll be fun. That'll be nice. Let me show you how it went. So I'm here. It is Friday night. It is 11:58 at night. I have one more side left to do on this blanket, and I have this much yarn. So I am about to play my favorite and least favorite game, Yarn Chicken. If I do not have enough yarn to finish the last side, I will not know until I run out of yarn. And if that is the case, it all comes out and the blanket is missing a side because I'm not buying more yarn. So let's try it. All right, it is now 12:26. I have gotten this far and I have this much left. I don't think this is gonna make it to the end of the rest of the side, so I'm taking out all of my progress and the blanket will be finished. Cool. So again, I am so happy with how it turned out. It's gorgeous. I didn't quite get all of the sides on it that I wanted to, but it turned out fine. It's a great size. I think the colors turned out really nice. And I hope they like it. But yeah, so after that, the second I wove in that last end for the blanket, I continued working on that boxy rainbow shirt thing that I've been working on. I didn't get a chance to work on it a lot yesterday because we had a very busy day. Went to the gym. We did I did some looking for some paperwork that I need to do some stuff. We went to German Fest in the park down the street from my house. And then we went and had some family time. So I didn't get a whole lot of knitting done yesterday. I did bring it along with me. Today I'm going to Pookie's sister's bridal shower, and then after that might get some knitting done. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. This is how the shirt is looking so far. I am liking how it's working up. It's looking really nice. I like how this is happening, and I like how the colors are happening, kind of not caring about what's happening with these. And I think what I might do is I might just do a row of single crochets around here once it's done for the neck. So like this is either the front or the back, and then it kind of folds over at the halfway point there. But yeah, that's as far as I've gotten on that. She's getting pretty close. Getting pretty close to being done. Hello friends, and happy Friday! It's been a long week, but I'm glad it's over. I did some shenanigans off camera. I made my very first mesh market bag ever by Stephanie Zed. Don't know where the yellow went on this side, but it looks pretty good, I think. It's lovely. I had a lot of fun making this, actually. And I finished it in a couple of hours, so it really didn't take long. But I did want to talk about a question that I had on my last video while I weave in these ends. The question was, how do I keep all of my projects straight? And my short answer was, I don't. So I wanted to expand on that answer, because it's not that I don't know. I don't really know how to explain my process. I try to remember, if I'm making something that's mine, to write down, or like if I'm making something that I have thought of or I have dreamed up and not used a pattern for, I try to write it down and try to kind of record some directions. But I don't always, like, when I start a new project that I'm thinking of from my brain, I will record my gauge. I will record how many stitches I cast it on with. And a lot of times, that's where I stop. So I have a really big problem with remembering to write down my process as I'm doing it, which I would love to become a pattern designer, because I think I make some really cute things. But I just don't write anything down. So that's kind of how I do that. And then if I am using a pattern, I keep all my patterns in my Books app on my phone. And so if I'm using a pattern, I will kind of mark it up if I make any changes with the capabilities within the book app on my phone. But other than that, I really don't keep track of my projects in that way. And then the way of like keeping track of my projects as in how many I'm working on, kind of thing. In my many years of knitting and crocheting, I've kind of figured out if it takes me too long to finish a project, I'm probably not going to finish it, and I will probably frog it. So I don't like to have a lot of projects lying around. Like the fall leaves cardigan that I frogged because it was taking me too long. I wasn't excited about it anymore. So I frogged that. I have a couple projects that I'm just not quite in the mood for. Like, I have a little black cat stuffy that I started making in October, that I have made the body and part of one leg, and that has not gotten done because I started doing a few things that I was more excited about, but I do still want to finish that. So I have that in a little nook under my nightstand, just hanging out with the wrong needles in it. And that I know what size I used, and I haven't written anything down. So, I mean, when I do get back to that, I will remember that I use size 6 needles, because I know what color double pointed needles I was using, and it was my ice blue, so that means it was size 6. But other than that, I've got a Christmas basic button up by Made in the Moment in the works that I want to turn into a long sleeve button up shirt, but I started that when I was just kind of needing something that I didn't need my brain to do. And like, if you're familiar with that pattern, it is just half doubles bottom up the back. So I've got quite a bit of time to deal with that one. So right now, other than those couple of things, I don't think I have anything. Well, okay, I started this 2 days ago. Hexagon cardigan, but other than that, I really don't have a lot of things that I'm working on. I really try not to have too many whips at a time, because there was a point where I had like 20 of them, and it was very overwhelming, and then I just didn't do anything for months because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to work on. So in short, I would love to be one of those people that records as I go. And I have written a couple of patterns, but it took making the pattern like 8 times or so or more. And, you know, just doing it a lot for me to actually write it down so that I would quit being upset that I didn't remember what I did. But yeah, I don't keep track. To put it plainly, I simply don't keep track. If I'm working on something, I try to finish it. I try to complete it, and then I'm like, oh, cool, done. Check. So, yeah, I hope that helps. So, if you are someone who does keep track of projects, please give me the lowdown in the comments, because I clearly need some help figuring out how to keep track. Actually, I have been just kind of writing in my notebook. I have a notebook that I make every year for my, it's basically an agenda book where I just make a calendar for each month and whatever. But then on the side, I kind of write down what I'm working on that month and check it off if I get it done. That's all I do. That's all I do. So yeah, if you have any better ideas of something that I can do while I'm working on something, to keep better track of what I'm doing, please let me know, because like I said, I would love to be that type of person. I just have never done that. Okay, there it is. There it is. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, and the reason I would like to say, the reason that I made this is to just kind of test it out, see how I liked it, see how long I took to make one, because I would like to open my Etsy shop back up at some point. So I wanted to kind of figure out something that I could do to find some things that I could work up pretty quickly, and that would be cute. So this is one. This is that Mesh Market bag. And if you have any more ideas for me, let me know in the comments. I would be happy to check out some more patterns, some more tutorials, for your favorite, kind of quick work patterns. But yeah, so that's, I think that's all I have for you today. Just kidding. Actually, I lied. That is not all I had for you today. I finished this shirt here. Finished, done, gorgeous. I'm very proud of my work here. Let's get a fuller shot. Okay, so my good lighting has gone for the day, but I do just want to show you how it worked out. I love the way the stripes are, and I love the way that they striped with the texture panels. I love like where the V-neck is sitting and how the sleeve holes are. This is one of my favorites that I've made in quite some time. I do wish I had used a smaller needle just for the bottom here, but I mean, I still think it looks pretty good. So I'm totally happy with it. I think maybe I might do a tutorial on this one at some point because it was so easy. And yeah, pretty stoked, pretty excited about it. All right, that is it for this vlog. I just want to thank you all for tuning in, and go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button if you want to see more content from me in the future, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.